Hey Scott, what did Raul Neto do to lift you guys that third quarter? And just it was a career night for him, 25 points.
He made threes. I mean, they were throwing three guys at Brad and holding him all night. And Brad was keeping his composure. I give him a lot of credit. That is one of his best games I've seen him play, dealing with what he had to deal with. And Raul stepped up and made plays. That's what you have to do. That's why you have a team. Everybody stepped up. Everybody chipped in. That was, he's thing I love about him. He has a pure heart. He just plays. He plays the right way. He plays hard. He plays for his teammates. He loves the guys he's playing with. And I love coaching him. He's earned these extra minutes. We don't even care if we have a small lineup out there. He plays with the big heart, and that's all I care about.
I want to ask you about 3-point defense. They made 9 in the first half. I know Van Vliet had the big one at the end of regulation, but what was it like just trying to make adjustments and having a little bit better success as the game went on?
Yeah, the thing is also, and we didn't mention it before the game. We didn't mention it. We didn't even have a breakfast meeting today. We just said, hey, get up. We got to make sure we do our COVID test at 8 o'clock in the morning. That's always tough to do when you don't go to bed till 5:30. So we knew the guys were going to be fatigued. I knew it, but I didn't want to bring it up because once you give in, it wins, and you gotta fight through it. Our bodies can do a lot more, and our mind just has to tell us what to do. And I know we were fatigued. I was tired. I finally woke up in overtime, but it was a tough game, tough travel. We lost an hour. Tough game last night. I give our guys credit. The mental toughness the group's had is proud of. Fought through a lot of stuff that's helped us to have all this mental toughness. Everybody's chipped in, played well at certain parts of the game. We gave up so many threes in the first quarter, and I thought in the second quarter a little bit better, and then the second half much better. We tried to foul them at the end. But I don't know what they didn't call it. And they fouled Russell twice at the end. Even Van Fleet's going nuts. They fouled him, the one that we turned it over. But those are fouls, man. The guy, they're trying to foul. They're yelling at the guys. I'm fouling them. Didn't happen.
Kareem. Hey, Scott, you mentioned Brad, and that's what I wanted to ask about. What were they doing to him all night, and what changed late in that fourth quarter for him to kind of free himself up?
He has to fight through it. The freedom of movement is not supposed to. They're not supposed to fight through it, but he has to do it. That's what he does. Brad is one of the best stars I've been around. He just plays through it. Gets frustrated, and he should. He should get frustrated. I get frustrated for him. But he's kept his composure tonight, and he was attacking. That's what you have to do, attacking and get. He finally got some opportunities at the line in the second half. I mean, he was stuck on the one technical for a while.
And what changed in that third quarter that kind of allowed you guys to kind of finally go on that run? I think you guys were down like 13 and like I think it went on a 27 run or something like that. That kind of got you guys back in and seemed like you got your juice at that point.
Well, we made some shots. Sometimes when you don't have things going, and then you can make a shot here and there, but we made the extra pass. I thought Bradley's five assists were important because they seemed to be all like 3-point shots or wide open shots because they were putting 2 or 3 guys on them. And we haven't shot the ball well from 3, but now we're starting to get our guys back, and we can make some of those shots if they continue to do that. But Russell 17 assists, 17 rebounds, and I don't think he played one of his better games, but look at the numbers. It's mind-boggling how he just wills himself when he doesn't have it. He didn't have the offensive shots to fall for him, but he got the rebounds and he got the passing. That's the sign of a champion right there. That's how he plays.
Thank you.
Ben.
Hey, Scott, you mentioned the idea of
guys playing for each other. Obviously, because of the COVID restrictions, we can't be around you guys the way it would be normally. We can't get it. It's not as easy to get a gauge of team mood or morale or body language or things like that. So all we have is what you guys do on the court. And it does seem pretty obvious that you guys are playing for one another. I'm just wondering for you, what's been the catalyst for that to sustain, especially now it's been for several weeks?
This has been one of the most challenging years of my coaching career, but I love it. Because I love what the guys have gone through, and I love that they fought back. I mean, we were last in the league in the standings, and it wasn't because of effort, it was because of a lot of things that we had to go through. They kept fighting, they kept playing. We haven't even had time to practice. And there's like today, I didn't even want to watch 15 minutes of film with them because I knew after the COVID test at 8 o'clock, they weren't going to go back to bed. Nobody, and it's hard to do. So they needed to get some rest throughout the day because I knew I didn't think we were going to go into overtime. I wasn't hoping it would go, but it was great to see. This team fights for one another. It's unfortunate we don't have our arena full of fans, but we got 2,100 people. They get to see it, they get to feel it, and it's been great. We got two good leaders that help us navigate through all of this.
Fred.
Hey, Scott. With the three centers, you tend to kind of give all three of them a chance in the first half, and then you close with, whomever the best matchup or whoever has the hot hand or something. Tonight it's Robin. What's your decision-making process in who's gonna close? When do you make that decision? How do you go about the decision beyond just this guy's playing well?
Well, I think it's also situations, matchups. There's certain guys that do certain things better than the others without giving away what they do. There's certain guys that play better with certain players, certain bigs. So I figure all that out, and it's not all on the fly. I mean, I prepare and our staff prepares and figure out sets and things that we can run. I thought Alex was solid. He was solid. He didn't play a lot of minutes. I thought Gaff, he wasn't. I don't know what, he didn't have one of his better games, but that happens. Can't play well every night, but you can play hard. And I thought all three guys played hard. But I thought Raul had the best thing going. And he can step up and make free throws. That's what I like about him also. He gets in there, he battles, and he competes. And he's, like I said many times, he's great to coach.
And you guys ended up getting away with it because Brad won the jump ball, but that play where Brad got trapped late in the fourth quarter on the baseline, that's the second time that happened. It was kind of reminiscent of the Boston game. How can you guys avoid situations like that late in games in the future?
Well, I can position myself better in front of the referee. I call the timeout, but that's a tough call because it's such a bang. They can't see both, but they should be able to see that and hear me. I got to be able to position myself better. I put Brad in a tough position there. But I also give credit to Landon Tatum. It's one of the toughest jobs in our organization, game to game, because the guy who does the video behind the bench, I give him a lot of grief at times because I want it right away, and I want to see plays right away because if I'm going to complain, I want to know I'm complaining for the right reasons. And it's unfair because I get to see it in slow motion and referees don't. But that challenge I thought that was, a big part, if not the biggest play of the game. And give credit to Landon. That's a hard job, and he nailed that one.
Zach.
I was going to ask you about that challenge, but I have another one for you. You guys obviously just took a huge.
We've had some good ones, and he's got them right. The bad ones, he blames them on me for some reason.
You guys obviously took a huge jump today in the standings, winning this game. Did it almost feel like it was a true sign of like you were really stepping over a huge obstacle in this game to get to that next step and get to the end of this playoff push?
Yeah, I mean, we want to get involved in the playoffs from day one. Even with all the stuff that's gone on this season. We still wanted to focus on just playing good basketball day in, day out. And, we're going to get everybody back. Rui hopefully will be back in Indianapolis. And that can give us another weapon that obviously a very talented one. But yeah, I mean, we know what's at stake. We know we want to keep competing and playing well. We have some good tough. Last night was hard. Last night was a very emotional game, and we've had opportunities to close it out. But if we didn't close it out, that's one of the best teams in the league. It's championship. That team has been championship ready. But to bounce back to play against a team that's desperate, fighting for their playoff life, we knew that they were going to bring it. But we bounced back we played hard, and we didn't have our good stuff offensively, but we managed to get the win.
Neil.
Hey, Scott. Pascal Siakam kind of got loose on you guys. Where do you think you guys can improve defensively in the future in that aspect? Obviously, not having Rui hurts.
Yeah, we didn't have a matchup for him. And our best matchup was our point guard. That's the truth. Rui is a guy that can guard bigger forwards. I thought, and then they did a lot of picks that we have to switch, and they were going, and he was attacking to his right hand and making plays, and he was getting to the free throw line. We were fouling him, and he was getting to his right hand. You do that, he's going to have a good game because he's strong. He's strong right. He's special right. And we allowed him to get to his right, even in the last play when we let him get to his right and we fouled him for the and one.
All right, Coach.
All right.
That's it.
You guys have a good night.
Appreciate it.
Hey, what's up, Raul? Congratulations. Big night.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
What was clicking so well for you tonight? And, when they're double and tripling Brad like they are, is that a mentality that somebody's got to come and pick up because it's obviously going to be tough on him?
I mean, I've always said that when you play with a guy like Brad, the whole defense is going to be on him. And we have Russ too, that is kind of the same thing. So I always try to come in with the mentality of being aggressive and taking the shots when it's open, because I think that's what our team needs. But they had 2-3 guys on Brad the whole game. It was tough on him for sure. And also when you're driving, you get so many fouls, and it's hard for the referees to give you all of them. So it was definitely hard on him, but I'm glad I was able to help with those threes and kind of open the court and give him a little bit more space.
And just physically, how tough was a day like tonight, considering, the back-to-back time that you guys got in? At what point did you ever feel, like yourself, or was it just one of those things you just kind of had to gut through?
I mean, you got to definitely fight through it. Once you step on the court, you try not to think about all these things, but it was definitely very, very tough. We got here 3:30. We had to wake up at 8 a.m. to get tested, and then kind of break your sleep, and it's very hard. But we're here for that. I think we did a great job mentally, just being tough and playing the game like we did. Overtime, and we didn't stop fighting. We didn't stop playing hard the whole game. Even though I'm pretty sure not only me, everybody was feeling that from yesterday. But I think it was a great week for us, and I'm happy for that.
Cool. Thank you.
Chase.
Hey, you obviously have a knack for the hustle plays, whether it be a steal or a save out of bounds. On a night like this, when that the team is collectively probably pretty tired, how important is it adding the extra effort and the energy plays to get people going?
I mean, it's huge. Not only me, but we got players that do that too. AG, Hutch, guys that come from the bench that I think it's their job to do it. It's always huge. It's always bring the energy up. Guys that sometimes are feeling a little tired and a little down, and you make a play like that, you see the bench getting up, and I think it's huge in that game. Mostly in a game like that where you can easily go down. You can easily get tired. You can easily say, oh, we played last night. We got here super late. If we lose, it is okay. Those plays kind of change the team's mentality, and I think it's big.
Zach.
Oh, well, was tonight almost like a complete encapsulation of the whole season? Like the travel was crazy. You're waking up early to get tested. You guys didn't even have a meeting. You go through this marathon of a game. Did it just really kind of exemplify what you guys have been through all year?
Yeah, I don't think we can play the victim. I think every team is going through that. I don't watch everybody interview and all that, but I'm pretty sure every team are going or have been through that at some point in the season, you know. So like I said, we're here to do that. We gotta be tough mentally. We gotta be ready to go, and we know it's a key point in the season. It was a key game for us to make the play in, and I think we did a great job. Everybody was locked in. Everybody played hard and fight through. Everybody knew that that game was important for us, and so it's tough, but it's tough for everybody. I think every team has been through that at some point this season.
Love the old school look in the jersey, by the way.
Fred.
Hi, Raul. I know you've had injury issues in years past. How would you say that your health has held up this year, just compared to other years, in spite of just this season being as crazy as it's been?
I mean, the best that I've been since I came to the league. I think it's something I put a lot of work on, a lot of mind work, a lot of body work, weight room, diet, a lot of, I think, professionalism that it's holding me up in this season and staying healthy. Hopefully, you don't jinx me and I stay that way. But I think it takes a lot of, it takes a lot of time, a lot of professionalism, and I'm doing my best to keep it that way.
Did you change anything with the way you work out, the way you keep your body, all of that, in order to adjust and try to stay healthier?
I mean, I was talking to Russ and Raul the other day. It's my first season that I'm playing minutes every game, so I feel like I'm a rookie. I'm still learning how to take care of my body, how to when to lift, when to rest, when to come and get some shots up, when not to do it. But I definitely changed my mindset. A lot of time thinking about it, visualizing and meditating and doing all that things that I maybe 2-3 years ago I didn't do it, and I think it's a process. You learn a lot when you do that, and I think I'm in the best shape of my career, not only physically but mentally, and it shows up on the court. So I'm happy with that, and I'm gonna keep working on that too.
All right, Raul, appreciate your time.
Thank you.
We're gonna have Bradley.
Hey, Brad, I just wanted to ask about, oh, there you are. It seems like they were grabbing, throwing three guys at you, face guarding you as soon as you came across half court. What was the challenge in trying to find your way against the way they were defending you tonight?
First, I want to praise my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ for this opportunity for a healthy game. Yeah, I mean, as soon as I walked out the locker room, they had a guy on me, so to speak. So it was tough. They ran a box and one the majority of the game. I haven't seen a box and one since probably last time we played them, and in high school before that. But that's Nick Nurse. He's very he likes to jump the game up with different schemes. So I mean, it was effective. It kind of kept me out of the game, kept me from touching the ball. I kind of had to be a decoy and just continue to move around without the ball. If I did have it, they sent 2 or 3 guys at me. So I was just getting off the ball and letting my teammates make plays. So it was tough, but eventually, I knew if I trusted my teammates to be able to make plays, knock down shots, everything else would open up for me, and it did down the stretch.
What to say about y'all to be able to fight through going into overtime, in a game, you know, this is the team that's pushing you all for that last spot, but at the same time, you're coming off that long game last night and all the physical wear and tear of getting in early and all that kind of stuff?
Yeah, it's tough. I mean, we got in at 3 or 4 in the morning and had to wake up and test at 8. So it was tough. Tough adjustment for us. Definitely a tough back-to-back, but we prevailed. It definitely shows a lot of signs of growth and, maturity on our behalf. And, we just got better. We're just trying to build on, what we have in front of us. We have a great opportunity, especially now we're going into Indiana. So, we knew the last time we were in a back-to-back, we lost to Dallas, and we didn't necessarily like how that game ended either. It was very close too. So, we had to make sure we close it out tonight.
Appreciate you.
Chase.
Hey, Brad, what does it say about just the strength of this team and the way you guys are playing now to have players like Neto and Lopez step up when you and Russ maybe didn't have your better shooting nights and dealt with some tough defenses?
I mean, that's who we are. We trust each other, and we depend on each other to make plays, and we want our guys to shoot the ball. When Russ and I make plays for them, we want guys to be aggressive. I even tell guys tonight, like, don't even look for me. Like, just play ball, because a lot of times we get too stagnant and too caught up in just trying to get me the ball when it's a box of one versus just playing ball and just taking advantage of opportunities we have. So it's definitely great to be able to see, Neto coming to his own and Raul kind of close it out for us down the stretch too at the free throw line. But we needed them both, and every game is like that. We will have 2 or 3 guys who come in and really impact the game for us, and that's what we need.
Fred.
Hey, Brad. On that late trap where you ended up getting tied up and it was the jump ball, that was kind of reminiscent of the Boston play. And I'm just wondering, that's the second time that's happened late in the game. What can you guys do in the future just to avoid those sorts of situations in the corner?
Just stop going to the corner.
All right, thank you.
Yeah.
Zach.
Brad, did tonight feel like you were actually literally making a jump as a team in the standings? Because obviously it was a huge game. You gained 2 games on the Raptors. You're, so close to clinching that minimum of being in the play-in.
I mean, it's definitely, it feels great, but obviously we want to make it happen. We still 5 games left. We still got some games left, and I'll close them out. So, yeah, I mean, we're definitely happy with where we are. We got a great opportunity to move up again, if we beat Indiana. So it's dominoes are falling in our favor a little bit. So we just got to continue to control what we can control, be confident, and take it a day at a time, game at a time.
And you telling the guys, don't even look for me and stuff like that, like play ball, was that at halftime? Or were you saying that just during the game?
It was early in the game, and definitely re-emphasizing at halftime. But just, I knew it was crazy when I seen, like, if I had the ball one time, I had 4 guys on me, and none of them were my teammates. And I was, okay, that's what type of night this is. So, I'm able to get off the ball and trust my teammates to make plays. And I think that helps with confidence too, for my teams to be able to make plays and, get out of their comfort zone a little bit and, be aggressive.
All right, that's all the time we got for Brad. Appreciate you. All right, you ready?
Mhm.
All right. Go ahead, Neil.
Hey, Robin, one of your more efficient nights. When you're in that groove, how are you able to balance, okay, this is a matchup I can take advantage of, this is where I can really force the issue for myself versus, passing out or things like that?
When you see it. Russ, Brad, Raul, Ish, everybody, they give me a lot of confidence. They tell me, when I get the ball, they trust me to do my thing out there. So it makes it easy for me to go out there and perform.
Chase.
Hey, Robin, we're all coming to learn that the turnaround was pretty difficult for you guys with the early COVID testing and, the back-to-back and everything. What was it like for you? How much sleep were you able to get, and how tired were you out there, and what were you going through?
I can sleep. I can sleep in the middle of a tornado or something. So that's something. If I have any S level skills, that would be it. So sleep for me isn't a problem.
Fred.
Hey, Robin. Russell is, as I'm sure you know, only one triple-double away from tying Oscar Robertson's all-time record. And I'm just wondering what comes to your mind when you hear a stat like that with a record that's been around for so long.
Yeah, that's pretty incredible. That's one of those records that I read about when I was younger. They always made it sound like nobody was ever going to break that. Nobody was ever going to pass that. And Russ has that right in his grasp. That's something really special.
Matt Paris.
Hey, Robin. It seems like the teams that were most affected by COVID, obviously you guys had a 3-week pause. You're playing this game in Tampa where, Toronto isn't normally there. Do you think that and you guys are all fighting for a playoff spot kind of at the end of the season here. Do you feel like there's anything to that like the circumstances of the season, most of like the teams that were most affected are the ones kind of fighting at the end here? Or is that just a coincidence?
Perhaps. So much has gone on that I can't even begin to divine who was in what situations. It's just a muddle to me, kind of. Just thankful to be where I am right now with the guys I'm with.
Yeah. And did it feel like, a big win considering that you guys were, and you created some distance with yourself with this one tonight, mathematically with the standings?
Every win for us is a big win. I think that's the point that's how we're going out there every night. Every win is a big win for us.
Thanks.
Michael Shapiro.
Hey, Robin. This is your 13th season. You've always had plenty of teammates. What makes Russell unique as a teammate and as a person to be around?
Russ's drive is unique. That's supremely Russ. The way he cultivates his relationship with his teammates, he's always picking them up, but in his own way. He's always getting after people, trying to bring out the potential he sees in them. It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun to play with him.
Is there anyone that you would compare him to, or is he kind of just a unique guy in himself?
No, he's unique. From the way he shows sartorially, the way he shows up to games, to the way he leaves it all on the floor. Russ is a unique individual.
Thank you.
Zach.
Rolo, 12 of 14 from the line. Obviously, you hit some big free throws. Probably, not a place you've been a ton in your career, just as a big. But I wanted to ask you just your routine that you go through. I know you put like your hands on your knees and you kind of just like take a deep breath. Is that like a mental exercise you're doing, or just part of your routine?
Perhaps a little bit. I know that sometimes I speed myself up when I'm at the free throw line. Taking that step back helps me relax, slow myself down. Also, it's kind of silly, but I feel like it helps me simulate stepping into the shot a little bit. I guess I want to dig deeper and see what kind of symbolism lies down there in the subliminal level, but I don't know if I have the time.
Yeah, maybe jot down some notes about it.
Yeah, perhaps.
Thanks.
All right, we'll finish up with Christos.
Hey, Robin. After a tough loss in 24 hours earlier, how proud do you feel about the turnaround of your team and what it means about your mentality and your identity as a team?
I think every NBA team goes through things like that. That's part and parcel with the league. You see the game on the schedule, and as I said earlier, every game at this point is a must win for us. So we take them as they come.
And about your performances, how helped you Bradley Beal and Russell Westbrook to play some of your best basketball of your career this season?
Yeah, obviously they're two superiorly talented players. And it's a real treat. It's a real pleasure to be able to share the court with them. They make it easier for every single one of us all down the roster.
And one last real quick question. Have you got any wrestling pre-game routine this season?
Not yet, but there's still some games left.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right, Robin. Appreciate you.
Cool. Thank you.
Hi, Russell. I know you really don't care about the records all too much, but as you approach Oscar Robertson's mark for the all-time triple-double, is that something you can reflect upon right now?
Nah. I reflect
What?
when they get there. I mean, we've been talking about it every day, so the answer won't change. It's not going to change. If I'm lucky enough and blessed enough to break it, then we can talk about it then.
What do you think it means to be able to be a guy who has just been able to play so long at the intensity that you do every single night?
It's a blessing. I don't take this game for granted. I don't take the opportunity to go out and compete for granted. I want to be the best at what I do, and that's basically it.
Thank you.
Chase.
Russ, how big was it to have guys like Raul Neto and Robin Lopez step up? I understand, not a lot of guys got a ton of sleep, and obviously with the start you guys had, for those guys to give you a lift.
It was good, man. That's why collectively in the past month or so we've been playing better, because everybody on the team has been doing a great job of just locking in and stepping up the games that we need them the most.
And for you were traded here about 6 months ago, and obviously these 6 months have been an absolute whirlwind. I'm just curious, what's it been like playing for the Wizards and living in a new city, and just what have these last 6 months been like for you as you've adjusted to new surroundings?
It's been great. The city, the team, coaches, everybody's kind of welcomed me and my family with open arms, and that's all you can ask for. And my job is to go out and be professional. This is a job, and I make sure that I go out and give everything I have, for the team, for the city.
Zach.
Russ, that charge you took towards the end of, I think the end of regulation, so much happened, in overtime and everything. But for you to just step in with 5 fouls, is that for you just like do whatever it takes? I might have to sacrifice, my 6 fouls, but we got to make the winning play.
Yeah, just make the right play. Sometimes throughout games, like I've always said, you can impact the game in different ways. And defensively, I try to make sure I'm locked in and engaged, and I try to make winning plays when the game is on the line.
Neil.
Hey, Russ, does your routine change at all in a night that you guys don't get a lot of sleep? Do you try and get more sleep during the day or anything like that?
No, unfortunately, no. It's just very unfortunate that the way it's scheduled, because we got to get up in the morning to test at 8 a.m. We get in at 4 a.m., 4:30. You don't get a chance to sleep, then you got to eat and get ready to get back on the bus, come back to the game. So it's very unfortunate. As much as we love to play, as much as, it's good to play, but our health and our body is important too, which is, I'm not too happy about the way that we made this back-to-back, but we got through it. We got the win, and we just move on. Hopefully, in seasons to come, we can do a better job of scheduling and taking a lot of those things into consideration, especially flying from Milwaukee all the way to Tampa.
Russell, on that note, obviously this schedule is unlike anyone, and it's unprecedented. But in general, would you like to see less than an 82 game season over that same normal span, or are you good on 82?
I just go out and play. When that decision to be made, we vote on it. If we want to play less, we play less, play more, keep it the same. But as it pertains to this particular situation, I'm not too fond of the amount of time we had to recover to be able to play, tonight based on yesterday.
All right, Russ, appreciate you. All right, guys, that is it for tonight. We'll see everyone back on Saturday.